That is very interesting, and thank you for sharing. My doctor said he's not allowed to even test to see if I've had COVID, so I get a. Oh, I'm not interested in getting the green tick anyway, but I went to a different doctor the other day because my doctor was away. I had something on my head, and I thought, oh, I better get that checked out. And it was a female doctor, and she said to me, your bloods are due because I haven't had bloods taken and checked for a year. And I said, yeah. I'll do that with my doctor. And she said, oh, well, I can do it for you now. And she said, we better check for AIDS as well. And I went, what? Why? And of course, I've heard all the stuff about AIDS. And I said, well, I've been with the same sexual partner for 35 years. Neither of us have cheated to my knowledge. And I said, and plus I haven't been jabbed. And she said, oh, well, if you haven't been jabbed, then there's no need to check for AIDS. And I went, oh my God, did you just say that? And she said, yeah. And I said, have you been jabbed? And she said, no way, Peter. She said, if you'd seen what I've seen, she said, there is no way you would ever touch that stuff. Anyway, there's two doctors still working because they got an extension, not an exemption, but an extension in the clinic that I go to that haven't been jabbed. But my doctor who has been jabbed has had a retinal detachment, appendicitis, and something else to do with his bowel. And I said, oh, wouldn't be the jab, would it? And he said, I'm starting to think so. Oh, how funny. Anyway, I feel sorry for him, but, he pushed it on me. But how interesting. We've all heard the AIDS thing, but for a doctor to actually come out and say, we better check you for AIDS, and then say, I'm not jabbed, and she goes, oh, we don't need to check you then. How interesting is that?